Hi folks, welcome. It's the 16th of September 2020. I am sort of working on a few different fronts here in the pottery, finishing off some things. So let me just bring you up to speed. Thanks for joining us. Yes, I am doing over here, I'm doing some decoration of those tankards. That's one thing. I've got to finish this glazing here, raw glazing for cone 10. I've got these pictures here which I've got to glaze. I've got handling here which is awaiting. Some of this is still a little bit, I turned these upside down a short while ago. It's still a little bit damp, but these tankards are pretty. I'll take the plastic off of this. No, I won't. I'll put it back. Second thoughts. So yeah. So in fact, I had an idea with this little squished bottle. Now this was thrown round and then it was beaten flat on each side with a paddle when it was leather hard. So what I want to do is that kind of lends itself quite nicely for doing a decoration on each side. I want to do an experiment with this piece of rubber. I'll tell you about that. And let's get this on the tripod so we don't get dizzy. Oh, Simon, put that camera down. Making us dizzy. Alright, so the idea is, because basically this method gives you two basic faces where you can do some decoration, and I thought about using this, which was a connecting piece from a toilet kit for the connecting the cistern above, where it sits on the china base, and this forms the seal. So I wanted to use that piece of rubber to put here like this, centralizing it up, you see, then pushing it down and then pouring glaze in there, holding it a sec and then pouring it out, and then removing that, and that would leave me with the. Anyway, that's my theory. So let's do it. Do it indeed. So let's just give this glaze a bit of a stir. Right. Jug. So, always a good idea to have a sponge and some water close by when you're going to do this kind of thing. So just going to get some glaze in my jug. Like that. In a picture. Yeah, kind of. That'll do. Right. So I've never done this before, so this is going to be, it's either going to be a success or it's going to be a terrible mess. Let's see. So the first thing is to kind of centralize this thing up as best I can. I've got to make sure that it's making a seal, you know, all the way around. It may not be as easy as you think, because as the surface is not flat, you see, it doesn't kind of. Never mind, we're just got to do it. Something like that. I put the glaze in. You see it there? Alright. And now I've got to pour that glaze out without letting it dribble. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? Ugh. And now the moment of truth. Oh! Ha! There it is. That kind of worked, didn't it? So I've got to do the same now on the other side. Perhaps I should let that dry before I do that. Okay, I'll come back to that. I've got to do a bowl over here. Let's just do this bowl. So remember, when we do the raw glazing, we glaze the inside first. So these pots were glazed on the inside first, and then we let them dry out, and then I dip the outside, you see. Likewise with this bowl. Now I've got to dip that in such a way that I want to dip it just down to about there. Sometimes if you have a pencil, see if I can just swing this camera over here a sec. So alright, I've centered that up now. Alright, giving myself don't know if you can see that. I put a line there. It's just that's gonna help me now when I come to dip that down. So just going to get a little bit of water, and I'm just going to wipe this rim here. And the reason being, I don't want it to take on too thick on the rim. Let's give that a stir. Bring this camera over. Right. Let's see. It's important to get it down equally. Ah. When I heard that bubble there, it made me think it might have, the glaze might have, not too bad actually. Not too bad. That's kind of more or less where I wanted that line there. Okay. Right, we'll just put that down to dry. And we'll come back to that other guy who was doing. see if we can do a repeat of that. Right, just hold that in position. Pull that in. Okay, you see the glazing there? Right, now I've got to pour it out. Best just to wait a moment, you know, after I've done that, because if I pull it off too quick, the glaze could still run down. So by waiting a moment, I'm letting it dry back a touch. Are we going to lift it off now? Okay, it was kind of successful, I think. Just give a little bit of tidying up around here. So I think actually I'm going to dip it. Just dip it over the. I'd already dipped the inside, but I just want to dip it just over that rolled rim there to there. So let's do that. Let's do it. Okay. If you stir glaze, the glaze is moving. Wait till it settles and is quiet. We don't want to dip a pot into a raging sea of glaze. You let it get. Okay, so that is that. So those are those 3 pots glazed. Now I have got to glaze these guys. That'll be a case of glazing on the inside only to start with. Let's just do one of them. So these pots are raw. Just want to wipe over the rim here, as you've seen me do many times. And I'm also going to give it a spray with water on the outside, okay? The reason we do that is to equalize the moisture in the wall of the pot between the inside and the outside. I think what I'm going to do is move this wear board. Put these pots over here. Right. Are we in the picture? Yeah, sort of. Now this particular picture, this is the only one of these four that I did, but this particular one, I don't know if you noticed, but it's got a dimple here. You see in there. So that basically gives me room for my fingers, which effectively brings the handle here closer to the center of the pot. If it wasn't for that dimple, this handle would have to be further out. So it means it makes it very nice and balanced, you see. So, and how I did that was when it was, let's say, soft leather hard, I took a tennis ball like this and I just pushed it into the side like that to create that dimple. You could try that. It's best done on forms that are rather bulbous like this. You wouldn't do it on a straight-sided form. It's basically you do it to bring the handle closer to the center. Closer to the center, the C of G, as they say, center of gravity. Right, let's do another one. La, 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 la. These pictures were made from, you didn't see me making these, but they were made from a pound of clay, and quite bellied out, so they're really quite light. So we're just giving it a spray to compensate. Okay, I'll do the other two after I've done this clip. I'm going to move on there now to, because I said I was going to do some handles. So I thought, well, we'll do a handle. Squeeze that in. All right. Thumb off around the base. No need for trimming. If you throw right to begin with, you won't need to do all this trimming nonsense. I know that you're all a load of trimaholics out there and you love getting your trim tool out. I know. Alright, so these handles I pulled a little while ago. So, water pot here. So just dip your finger in the water pot, decide where the handle's going to go. It's going to go right there, off of the elbow here, the elbow of the collar. Use a banding wheel to do this. Take your handle, use your knuckle here to fatten the end here. Now we're just going to take that and offer it up there to there. So these tankards were, they're a pound of clay, and they're thrown 5.5 inches tall. 5.5. Okay. Dip the handle in the water pot like that. Start to pull the handle down. Golden rule: keep that 90 degrees that you see there, okay? Don't let this go across at an angle like that and start to pull it. Keep it at 90 degrees, okay? And now we're pulling it. So it does involve a little bit of changing hand positions along the way. Okay, once you're happy with the handle, you're going to take the end of the handle, hold the end of the handle, and then bring it around to the vertical. Okay, and just give it a little pressure there at the bottom, and it will stick there. Now you may want to just do a slight adjustment to the handle here, rolling your finger underneath here and over the top, make the join nice. Okay, so here now at the bottom here, take a dry finger and wipe it once. So you wipe away any of the water. Now use your thumb and take that clay and smear it away like that, and smear it away like that, and the tail, off with him. Okay, and don't fiddle with it too much after you've done that. We like to leave it looking fresh. Yep. Okay, now check it from above. Alright, is the handle straight? And not only from above, check it from the side. You know, you can adjust the shape of the handle by, you know, you can make it fuller, you can lift it, etc. Okay, that is now ready for seal. So get your seal. If you haven't got a seal yet, make one. Don't be a scratcher. Okay, push the seal. Country of origin, China? No, not China, USA. Slip of the tongue. Okay. And there it is. And what you can do also, when you're doing your 50 mugs or however many you're doing, you're going to put it down on a clean wearboard, okay? Clean. If you're not sure whether it's clean, get a sponge and sponge it. Okay? Put him down on the wearboard. Take your yogurt container, which is tapered, put it in the mouth of the pot and just lightly push it down like that. Okay, that will, because during the handling process it might have just gone out of round, so that's just going to bring it back to round again. Okay? And also what I suggest you do is you get a bag. Let's say you've got a lot of them. After you put handles on, good idea just to lightly cover the mug or the jug or the pitcher or whatever it is, to slow down the drying process, because that will prevent cracking. Okay folks, hope you enjoyed the video. Just another day in the pottery, you know. What more can I say? Yeah, I guess we'll just draw this video to a close. Just before I do, here you see a pot. This is what it should look like when you come to put a handle on. You see that it's got the bevel there on the corner. So all you need to do is with a damp finger just go around like that, and that's all you need to do. Now you're ready to put on the handle. Okay? Okay, yeah. Okay, folks, thanks for joining us. Come back again. Subscribe. Press all the buttons that you should be pressing. Come and join us for a workshop. We got one next month. We just had a good workshop here. We had 4 people last weekend. Jonathan and Tracy from Martinsburg, West Virginia. We had Paul from DC, and we had Colette from Bowlesburg here in Pennsylvania, just 20 miles down the road. So that was nice. Yes, come and join us for a workshop. If you don't fancy, or you can't make a workshop but you'd still like to get some tuition, try Zoom Clay. I think you'll like it. It's $45 for a good hour, and you can work on your wheel and I'll be here on my wheel over there. We work together and I comment on what you're doing and how to help you improve, etc. I think you'll find it actually helpful, very helpful. I'm surprised actually. I think it's just like a YouTube video, but it's like personalized to you. How about that? Okay, what else can I say other than to keep practicing? I'll see you around. Bye for now.